Hello there, welcome back. Today, we're going to be continuing on our naming compounds series, focusing on how to name acids. Without further ado, let us dive right in. An acid is any compound that contains one or more H+ ion attached to it. In order to name acids, you need to be able to identify and name the anions or polyatomic anions bonded to the H+ ions. If you need a review on how to name ionic compounds as well as polyatomic ions, I'll put a link to those videos somewhere in here so that you can check it out. Alternatively, you can head to the playlist section and check out the playlist titled Naming Compounds. The rules for naming acid depends on whether the anion attached to the H+ ion contains oxygen. For acids that contains anion without oxygen, the rules are as follows. If the name of the anion ends with IDE, the acid is named by changing the IDE to IC, and the prefix hydro is used. For example, given the acid HCl, Cl-, which is the anion, is called chloride, which means that the anion ends with IDE. Therefore, when you name this acid, IDE is going to be changed to IC, and the prefix hydro is going to be used. Thus, the name of the acid HCl is hydrochloric acid. Let us look at another example, H2S. S2- has an ionic name sulfide. This means that the IDE is going to be changed to IC, and the prefix hydro will be used. And so, the name of the acid H2S is hydrosulfuric acid. I hope you've been enjoying the video so far. Don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss out on any new video that drops. New videos drop every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, which you don't want to miss. Let us continue with our rules for naming acid. The second rule of thumb is that when the anion contains oxygen and has a name ending in ITE, the acidic name is formed by changing ITE to OUS. For example, if you have HClO2, we know that the name of the polyatomic anion ClO2- is chloride, and so we change the ITE to OUS, and with that, the name of the acid is chlorous acid. Another great example is the compound HBRO. Pause for a moment and consider what you think the name of the acid should be. We know that the name of the polyatomic anion BRO- is hypobromides. I'm going to put a link for the video where we discuss polyatomic compounds. If you need a refresher, you can always check it out. Based on the rules we discussed earlier, we're going to change the ITE to OUS. Therefore, the name of the acid is hypochlorous acid. Lastly, when it comes to naming acids, if the anion has oxygen attached to it and has a name that ends in ATE, you change ATE to IC. Let us illustrate this by looking at two examples. The first example is H3PO4. PO4 3- is a polyatomic anion that has the name phosphate. Based on the given rule, we change ATE to IC. Thus, the name of the acid H3PO4 is phosphoric acid. The second example is H2CrO4. CrO4 2- is a polyatomic anion that has the name chromate. Again, based on the rule, we're going to change ATE to IC. Thus, the name of the acid is chromic acid. With that, we've come to the end of today's video. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. In the description box, you'll find a link for more practice problems, as well as step-by-step solution to each of the questions provided, all of which you can download for free. As usual, if you have any questions or need clarification on anything, do not hesitate to utilize the comment section. Alternatively, you can also send an email directly. When it comes to naming different compounds, the rules for naming acid are pretty straightforward. And while that may be the case, it does help a lot if you're familiar with the names of polyatomic ions. Make sure you keep that in mind when you practice naming acids. When it comes to naming compounds, which do you struggle with the most? Covalent compounds, ionic compounds, or polyatomic compounds? Let me know in the comment section. Bye!